The ISUPK, straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, is heating up the Midwest like the first day of June. Friday, June 16th, downtown Chicago, Illinois, on State and Washington. We're blazing the camp from 1 p.m. until June 17th, the ISUPK Midwest Barbecue for blacks, Hispanics, and natives only. We'll be there Saturday at 2 p.m. at Rainbow Beach Park. The ISUPK lecture Sunday, June 18th at the Gibbs Morrison Culture Center, 1823 Church Street, Evanston, Illinois, 3 through 6 p.m. Barbecue, lecture, Commander General Yahan, and all the heavy hitters will be in the building. It's the fire weekend.
So like I said, Shalom. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Alright, we've been sent out here to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans your true heritage and identity in the will of the Lord, the will of God that created heaven and earth. Not to a fake Christian God, not no man-made religion. This is what the God of heaven and earth wants done, and we teach His word. Alright, okay. Today we're going to get into like the class topic said. You know what I mean? 6 wives, 7 wives. We're going to get into multiple wives a little bit. And then we're going to touch on these white men that are going to be gathering together in these streets. Gathering together to say, we're going to kill. We're going to protect. We're going to fight. We're going to defend our nation. They feel like they're losing their country. Black people looking around like, from what? You run every damn thing. You own all the companies. You own all the construction job sites. You run everything. You're everybody's manager and everybody's boss and everybody's supervisor. How are you losing your country? But you don't understand the mind of the devil. With the devil, it ain't about him running things. The devil only care about you not having nothing. You being destroyed. You being oppressed and spoiled evermore. So, first we're going to get into these multiple wives. We're just going to break down that it is to wab, which is good, and it's lawful to have multiple wives in the Bible. Give me Genesis 4 and 23. Alright. Sound is low. Get the sound up. Alright, go ahead and get that scripture.
Genesis chapter 4 and verse 23.
Go ahead.
And Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech.
Ye what? Oh, go back. Read it again from the top slowly.
And Lamech said unto his wives.
Unto his what?
His wives.
How many spell that word out?
W-I-V-E-S.
Wives, more than one. It sounds good for a man to have more than one woman. That's a good thing if he wants that. Because look, he can get more things done. You got one man, he got 4, 5, 6 wives. They put it on the post. People in the world put it on the post all the time. Each one of them making $10,000. They combine their revenues together. Now that's $60,000 a year. Now that's this amount of money, this and this and that. They can do so much. Now you living good. You live in a 10-bedroom mansion. But instead, what do these women want to do? They rather live in some old ranky-dank apartment instead of coming together with that man and building up. Come together, even if you got 2, 3 wives or whatever, come together in peace and harmony, unity, which you will learn in the ISUPK. And then next thing you know, you can build up a nice house. You can have a house with land. You can have a house with a fence and with animals and things like that. You ain't got to be under the stress that you are now. Women talking about they the damn mother and the father. Look, you the mother and the father, that's not something to be proud of. You is right now, if you the mother and the father, that's like taking on more than what you can possibly take on as a person. That's like a person saying, I am a human and a dog. Like, you're not designed to be a dog too. So now you're sitting there trying to be human, but in the spare time, you walking around on all fours like a dog. It's freaking stupid. A woman is not designed to be the man and the woman. That's not how it's supposed to be. That's how destroyed we are, because we sitting there thinking that she's an example of a strong, independent woman. No, that's an example of a destroyed people. That's an example of a people who can't get it together. We can't get it together. That's what it basically is. Chinese people look at that and say, look at them. They can't get their families together. Look at them. Such a horrible people. Such a weak and stupid people. Why do you think all these other nations call us stupid so much? We building all type of stuff, got so much smarts, black women got all these degrees, but everybody still call you dumb. Why do you think that? Because we don't have our true culture, our true nationality, our identity. We're not running on all cylinders. We're not running on all cylinders in our mind. Give me Genesis 16:3. We'll get some more scriptures. Now this is good for if you got multiple wives. If you want to get multiple wives in the scriptures, I'm going to go through them today. I'm going to try to hurry up so we can get to these white men gathered together to kill in Louisiana and Atlanta and all these other places. Get that scripture. Genesis 16:3 and read.
Genesis chapter 16 and verse 3. And Sarai, Abraham's wife, took Hagar.
And who? Sarah. Okay. Go ahead.
And Sarai, Abraham's wife, took Hagar,
Go ahead.
her maid, the Egyptian, after Abraham had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife.
But he already had. I thought Sarah was his wife. How is Hagar going to become his wife too? I thought you could have more than one wife. What you trying to say? Call Abraham a sinner? Was it Abram or Abraham at this time?
It was Abram.
You calling Abraham, our forefather, a wicked sinner? God said he was faithful. God said Abram was faithful. He's damn sure more faithful than you. So what he got going on is more righteous than what you got going on. That's for damn sure. God ain't sitting making no nation out of you. He ain't calling you faithful. You ain't in the Bible. You ain't even known for your righteousness in your personal life. People who know you don't even say, I know her for her righteous and good works. Hell nah. They know you for you been with Johnny and David and Timmy and Tommy. That's how people know you. They don't know you from your righteous works. So don't sit here and come up against the Isupk on something like this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is righteous. You know what I'm saying? These wives need to get together and be with that man. If it's one man, he got 3 wives, that's good. You're going to have to coexist and live like you're supposed to live. Every time I see some example on the internet where, like they call it in the world, they be calling them side chicks. A woman who, you know what I'm saying, not the main or whatever bullshit that they pulling out with nowadays. One of them will try to go confront the other one and fight the other one. That one always get beat up. One of them got ran over, other one got beat up by a girl way smaller than her. You had to be the Lord that made sure she got beat up, because she was twice as big as the other one, big as a house. Still got rolled over and beat down. Embarrassed and everything. It was all, you know, it was a horrible situation. So, did we read that scripture already? Is there more to it?
Okay, verse 4, let's say he went into Hagar.
Alright, go ahead, read.
And he went into Hagar, and she conceived. And when...
That's it. Give me Genesis 32 and 22. That's an example of Abram having 2 wives. A man in the Bible having 2 wives. Multiple wives is in the Bible. So, I don't see what anybody is bringing out in the world and trying to tell you. Don't ever let nobody tell you that's wrong. That's not wrong. And you women will have to accept it. I mean, you can accept it or not accept it. It really don't matter. Because there's so many women compared. The women to men ratio is getting larger and larger and larger every day. More brothers getting put in jail. More brothers is becoming homosexual. Men in the Isupk getting stronger every day. So you got a small amount of strong men, and you got a vast amount of women. A vast amount of women. A small amount of men. So all the women who don't want to accept this and want to be always cause problems, you will be those women on the sideline, you know what I mean, who don't really have nobody. I mean, there's a lot of you like that now. You know what I'm saying? You on the sideline, you ruined the ugly relationship you was in because we in hell, you learned from the Christian church. Duh, your relationship going to fail. You learned from the Christian church. It's obvious your relationship would fail if you would as Christians. But coming into the truth, learning from the Isupk, you will learn for have long-lasting relationship. And I didn't say relationships with an S. A long-lasting relationship. Get married that one time and one time only. God forbid, unless your husband passes away, all right, or he commits some type of adultery or sin. Basically means he sleep with a married woman, or he sleep with an animal or a dog, or some sin of that nature, fornication. Read that scripture, Genesis 32 and 22.
Genesis chapter 32 and verse 22.
Go ahead.
And he rose up that night and took his 2 wives.
And took his what?
His 2 wives.
I thought multiple wives wasn't in the Bible. How the hell this guy got 2 wives?
Right.
I thought multiple wives was wrong, and God didn't have multiple wives. And here's another thing but stupid Christian women always bring up. They say, well, the men back then had multiple wives, but they were all rich and had lots of land and all this and that. So basically, you saying you'll be multiple wives with a man if he's rich. That's what you're saying? If he's rich, that's a whore, disgusting mindset that you Christian and women have.
Right.
That's a disgusting fucking mindset to have. That's disgusting. Say just because he's rich, now I'll be with him. You might as well just be a whore.
Right.
Just be a whore. If all you're looking at is monetary gain of a man to say, oh, this is good enough now, I could be one of his multiple wives because of his monetary gain, you ain't even telling about if he follows the Lord or not, if he keeps the law, statutes, and commandments, if he's even masculine. So I guess some fag, some homosexual, like, that homo walking down the street wearing a dress, you can be his woman if he's he making good money. You can be this man that's a wicked murderer or a child molester like Eddie Long or like R. Kelly or some other disgusting child molesters or homo like Prince or Michael Jackson. You'll be their woman because they're rich. That's disgusting, man. I ain't gonna be with no woman just because she rich. That's disgusting. You with this guy because he's rich, but he's also a homosexual on the side. The Lord gonna give you AIDS right with him. You gonna be this man woman just because he's rich. He also is a Christian pastor, teaching people sin, teaching people way of destruction. Got the mark of the beast. That's disgusting. I'll never be with a woman just because she got money. So you women that think like that, like, oh, they had multiple wives back then because these men had lots of money. And they had 60 cows and 30,000 sheep and all this and that. Bull crap.
Wow.
Shut your mouth up. That is disgusting. And that's the mindset amongst these women because of the Christian church. Alright, go ahead, say what you...
So what the officer he's bringing out is real heavy right here. Because see, now you think about it, you got plenty of black women that will sit there and talk about, well, you know what happened in slavery. You know how the white man was sleeping around with the black woman. But see, they never consider the fact that when they know that this man was married. But it's funny because they'll never charge the white man who was sleeping with the black woman. They never charge him with adultery. They never do that. They just so happy that just to be that a black woman was actually his side woman. That they don't even mention the fact that by their understanding he was committing adultery on his wife. They don't care about that at all. They don't care about the moral side of that at all. You see, and this is also the reason these women that sat there talking about, they hate a man having more than one wife, but at the same time, they were always attracted to men that had multiple women.
Right.
Always. I mean, think about it. Look at the 70s. Look at who had all the women. The pimps. The pimps had all the women. The pimps had lead women. But at the same time, and see, here's the thing. The pimp was wrong in what he was doing. But when a man has, multiple wives and he's a righteous man, this is resources for him. This makes him powerful. Now you have sisters out there that'll keep talking about the multiple wife garbage. But what they'll sit there and do is they'll latch themselves on to a man in some fake Israelite congregation that's already got a wife. Now they don't want to be taught by their own husband. They'll rather be taught by him, even though he got a wife. They'll sit there and put themselves in the position of a second wife. And if that man needs anything done inside that congregation, they'll do it, trying to gain his approval, which they should be trying to gain the damn approval of their husbands.
And that's what happens in all these Christian churches. Man.
Right.
All these Christian churches. Rather than it's a Christian church that call itself an Israelite group, or call itself a Muslim group, or call itself a Methodist, a Baptist group, Pentecostal group. That's what happens in all of them. The pastor sleeping with many women in the congregation and got the ear of all many women in the congregation that will listen to him and do what he said. He come in, oh, hey, sister, can you go and get this and grab and run that, go to the store and do this and do that, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. He'll have them running all over the damn town. But if they man asks for one damn thing, it's a damn problem.
Right.
You see? That type of mindset is what's going on with these Christian churches, man. A sister come in here, she gonna obey her husband.
Right.
Any righteous orders he give her. She ain't gonna obey him unto sin, to sin against the Lord, but she will obey him if he tell her to do something and it's not no sin.
And
go ahead.
And you know what? He will be the teacher, the chief teacher of her.
That's right.
He will be that. She'll have understanding inside. The women inside the UPK have understanding that their man is their teacher. Regardless of whether their flesh is agreeing with something or not. He still is the authority figure over them, and his responsibility is to teach her. But if you got a woman that's one of these fake Israelite groups in the Christian church, she can sit there before her and her husband get together. She can honor him as a man that has knowledge. He can be a great man or whatever, in her sight. But as soon as he gets with her, there's a change that happens. And that change is, since he done sat there now, the two are together, now she starts to despise him now. Now, eventually, she don't want to hear nothing he got to say. She don't want to hear no teachings. You know why? Because she views him, the Christian church, teaches her to have a mindset of a predator. She's and a lion, he don't hunt somebody he done already killed. You see what I'm saying? The lion, after he done sat there and done picked off some gazelle or something and is dead, he lay it off in the cut. They get ready to eat that. His mind gets set on the next prey that's more elusive. The next prey that he can see, that he can stalk. While that prey that he just killed, he's not worried about it. And that's the same mindset sisters have when they get a husband. He's already slain. He's on the couch. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there on the couch. Even though this man might be a great teacher himself or whatever.
I'll take it. All right. So now, let me get to the next scripture. Make sure if it's a student or whatever, you pat them down.
Okay.
All right. So let's get to this next scripture. Genesis 32 and 22. You know what I'm saying? Genesis 32 and 22. Oh, well, we already got that. Exodus 21 and 10. You got a student coming in. Exodus 21 and 10. Y'all need to get in class, man, on 1031 North Dearborn Street. Wednesday and Sunday, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. All right? Exodus 21 and 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment. Go ahead.
And if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage, shall he not diminish.
Right. So when a man do get another wife, the duty of the other wife, he should not diminish. Which means basically, if she was doing this and doing the laundry and doing whatever work she was doing, don't diminish that. And then, give it to this one. Basically, this is what the spirit of it is saying. If you get a new woman, you can't leave and just forget about the old woman. That's what brothers in the world do. Brothers in the world do that. They got a woman they've been with for a minute, so then they get a new woman. And then they're like, oh man, you know, the woman I just slept with, I gotta tell her we can't be together no more because I already got a woman. You know, that was a mistake. We can't do this no more. You know, all that type of stuff. So now you just slept with this woman, and now you're throwing her away and causing her to be a whore. Which is wrong. It's wicked. The scriptures say, when a man taketh another wife. Read it again. Verse 10.
And if he take him another wife.
If he what?
Take him another wife.
If he what?
Take him another wife.
The Bible's very clear. If he take him another wife. Go ahead.
Her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
Basically what it's saying is you not to put away a wife. You can't put away a wife. You slept with that woman, that's your wife. You can't just throw her away. You slept with a new woman, got a new wife, you can't just be like, oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake, sis. You know, but, you know, we're going to be, we was great friends, you know, it was great while it lasted, but I'm already with somebody. You can't do that. You made a whore out of her. You see what I'm saying? You got to keep both them women. All right? That's our culture. That's in this Bible. I don't know what the hell they teaching outside of the Isupk, but it ain't this Bible here. It's not this Bible. So give me Deuteronomy 21 and 15. We're gonna get more scriptures on it because it's a million scriptures that say that. That's our culture. So I don't understand what's going on out in the world. Obviously, I know the white man is the devil. He pushed the monogamous lifestyle on our people because he knows our culture, and he himself, he don't give a damn about adultery. He don't give a damn. White man he'll just buy a prostitute and then go back to his wife and she won't ever even know. Or she will know, she don't care. That's how white people operate. White people don't give a damn about that. Only black people are the only ones who hold to it, and the black women got so brainwashed, she hold to it. You know what I'm saying? But the white men, they don't give no damn. They go sleep with prostitutes, sleep with little girls, and then be back with their wife and kids. Like it was nothing.
Right.
So give me this, Deuteronomy 21 and 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 15. And if a man have two wives.
Whoa! Read it again.
If a man have two wives.
Read it very slow.
If a man have two wives.
Basically, this man got two women. That's how it used to be back in like the 60s and 50s and things like that. My uncle, who like 70, 60 in the 60s range as age, that's how he was. He had his main wife or his wife, and then he had a woman on the other side of town. That's how it used to be back in the days all the time, and women already knew that's how it was. You know what I mean? People knew, oh, that's his woman. You know what I mean? That's his woman, and that's his woman. You know what I mean? Like, he would have a woman on the other side of town, and that's how it was. It wasn't no tear up the family because she found out he got a woman on the other side of town. It wasn't no kick him out the house and throw all his stuff and burn his stuff up and smack the kids and all type of garbage that's going on nowadays because he found out he got another woman on the other side of town.
Right.
My uncle, I didn't even understand it, but when I was younger, he had his wife that was at home, but me, my dad and him went to the Colts game, and we went to go pick up another woman. So I didn't know who that woman was. I'm a little kid, so I didn't understand relationships and marriage, none of that. But I'm just like, well, you know what I'm saying, is this a friend or something? I don't know. I didn't understand until, get a little older, then you're like, oh.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The other missus.
Yeah, that's his other missus. And guess what? He's still in the house with his woman, got grandkids in there, running around, raising up the grandkids, raised up the kids already. So, look how successful that was. Now let's compare that to a wicked woman or this wicked Christian ideology where the man had another woman outside town, she knows about it, finds out. Now he getting thrown out, or because that's his house, so leave the house, take half the kids, now the kids can't see their dad, or their grandfather, and then she telling the kids that your daddy ain't shit, he ain't nothing, you ain't nothing. all type of animosity that grows behind this mindset.
Right.
All type of, it's like a snowball effect.
Right.
From the mindset of a man can only have one woman, here comes a snowball of evil effects. Rain down on everybody. The woman hate the kids, because I seen it in myself through my own two eyes. The woman hate the kid because the kid looked like the dad.
Yeah.
I seen it with a woman. She was beating her daughter and said, "Stop making that damn face, looking like your goddamn daddy and shit." Like, how the hell can she even help that?
Right.
And she got more anger towards the kid because of that reason. You see what that Christian mindset have done to our people? See what it's still doing to our people? You see it every day. And you wonder why black people is so dysfunctional. Our natural way of living is being told that it is a lie. Our natural way of life is being told that it is evil, wicked, and wrong. That is our natural way of life, of a man having more than one woman. Bible calls us lions, lions of Judah. How many wives does the lion have?
Right.
He just got one woman lion, or he got pride of it.
Right.
I let you know off top what our mentality and type of people we are. We ain't that type of, just have one wife and then just go sleep with a whole bunch of prostitutes like the white man. That's not our way. That's not our way. So let's get some more in the Bible, man. We show them all throughout the Bible. That's where we need to hit on too. Is there any more in that scripture? Okay, Deuteronomy 21 and 15.
Yeah, the point was pretty much.
That's it. Deuteronomy 24 and 5. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 24 and verse 5. When a man hath taken a new wife.
Read again.
When a man hath taken a new wife.
When a man get another woman. That happens every damn day. But we don't have the right knowledge of the laws to understand how to operate with how we naturally are as a people. We don't have the knowledge of wisdom of these laws, statutes, and commandments in this Bible to understand this is our lifestyle. All right. Look, a brother watching on live, he said his son's mom doesn't like his son doing jujitsu because he do jujitsu.
Wow.
I know another instance like that in my own family, where the woman don't want her son to be like the dad. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So whatever the dad do, she don't want him doing it. If the dad had braids, she want to make sure he got a haircut. If the dad had a beard, she want to make sure he knows shaved beard. If the dad listen to rap music, she want to make sure he don't listen to rap music. If the dad do construction, she want to make sure he do the exact opposite of construction. All type of stuff just like that. Like this right here, the brother said he do jiu-jitsu. He trained his martial arts to keep his body sharp and to be ready, which is a good thing. He trained on that. Now his woman don't want his son to do it because she know her dad does it. So what, you want him to get beat up all the damn time? Because his dad trains in martial arts? So now the son got to get beat up all his life and can't explore what he want to do because the mama got that hatred from that seed of wickedness that was planted in her.
Right.
That the man, he only can have one wife. Let's read that scripture.
When a man hath taken a new wife,
Go ahead.
he shall not go out to war.
That's it on that, because it goes into how we roll in the kingdom. You know what I mean? When a man get a new wife, he got a break of being basically called to war. Because when we get called to war, everybody rolls out, all the men. So he has a break basically because he just got a new wife. You know what I'm saying? So give me 1 Samuel 1, chapter 1, verse 2. We're going to try to rush through the rest of these scriptures so we can get to these white men that have gathered to kill black people. Alright? Alright. So, multiple wives is our culture. It has always been our culture. It's been Israelite culture forever. To be honest, most cultures around the world are polygamous cultures where a man can have more than one wife. You go to India, the man can have more than one wife. You go to Saudi Arabia, the man can have more than one wife. You go to Africa, the man can have more than one wife. You go to China, the Chinese can have more than one wife. The Japanese as well. All these cultures that have these polygamous things about them, and then guess what? Now we saying it's wicked and wrong. According to who? Who says this is wicked and wrong? Who's saying it's wicked and wrong for a man to have more than one wife? I bet they're not using the Bible to prove it. I bet they closing the Bible when that time come around. So, let's open the Bible. Read that verse.
1 Samuel chapter 1 and verse 2. And he had 2 wives.
What?
And he had 2 wives.
That was just straight to the point. Straight to the point. It's a man in the Bible. Did it say who was talking about?
It's talking about Samuel's father.
Samuel's father, the prophet Samuel's father. Samuel was given to the priest as a child because his mother prayed to the priest, prayed to the Lord to have a child, and she said she would dedicate her child to the priest. Basically, the child grew up in the priest's temple with the priest, doing what the priest said, getting the oil, getting the incense, getting the wine, cleaning the temple, making sure the temple is right. He grew up in the temple. His father had 2 wives. So what you trying to say? You better than Samuel? You better than Samuel's mother? I ain't see no black women out there dedicating their children to the Isupk.
Right.
Saying, Isupk, y'all the priests and prophets of the Lord, y'all doing the work, y'all waking up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans everywhere. Here's my son. I'm going to give him to you. I'll drive right over the adoption papers and everything. I give him to Commander General Yohana. And you know what I'm saying? Guess what? The Lord will give you 10 kids right after that, or as many kids as you want right after that. I don't see you doing that, so you're not on the level right here. And he had 2 wives.
Right.
So let's get some more. Go to 2 Samuel chapter 2, verse 2. Now this is the book of Samuel. It's talking about King David. Oh, brother, you need a Bible too. You need a Bible so you can keep along. Hand him this Bible over here. In fact, I can hand it to him. Here you go. You just go to the scriptures where we at.
Okay.
So you can keep up.
I thought about that. Don't spell it right.
We in 2 Samuel chapter 2, verse 2.
That's Old
Testament, for sure.
2 Samuel, verse 2.
Chapter 2, verse 2.
Chapter 2, verse 2.
He's asking to say, Hakim, do you have it? And then he's going to say yes.
Chapter 2, verse 2.
Alright.
Chapter 2, verse 2. There is none holy as the Lord.
2 Samuel.
Or 2 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 2.
2 Samuel, yep, chapter 2, verse 2. And a brother online said he was in a relationship with a woman that felt like it was right to have a relationship with a past child father. That's impossible. And she said that the child father would not care. I find that whorish and disgusting, and she was attempting me too. This was mentioned a year and a half ago. Yeah, you got women out there now. I know women from brothers in the school who he might have had a child with this woman, and he knows she got a new man, and she's like, she come to meet him to get to exchange the child to, so the child can have time with him. She coming on to him saying, remember old times? We need to get back together. Because she see him grow in the truth and become powerful again, and getting his spirit back, and Isupk. So now she wants some of him, but he knows she got a new man.
Right.
So you gotta watch these whores, man.
Right.
There's a large group of whores, and there's a small group of righteous women out in this world.
Right.
You have to avoid that large group of whores and go to and attract by being a righteous man those are righteous, smaller amount of righteous women out there. That's the actual way to go. There's women that lead you to death, man. Child support, court, call the police on you, busting your car windows, busting up your house, have niggas coming looking for you, trying to whoop you, and all this and that, trying to kill you. There's a whole bunch of women where you just sleep with them, and all those things follow.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, sir. And some of these women even think that they in the truth, though. Some of these women will come from fake Israelite groups. And Christians, definitely the Christian church and these Christianized Israelite groups, they do the same thing. They'll sit there and be the first ones to fight against a man saying that he can't have more than one woman, while they'll sit there and they'll be married to that man, but then they'll have a baby daddy who they're trying to entice back into the fold also, believing in two men. Any woman that'll sit there and fight this issue on multiple wives, that's a woman that wants multiple men. Because what she's trying to do, it ain't about right and wrong with her. It's about who the hell's going to dominate. That's what it is. She wants to dominate and make you the woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She wants multiple men to deal with, but you only deal with her. She's trying to be the man for real. That's what she's really trying to do. So your job is to put your foot down. If she wants to leave, hey, fine. You just get you 2 or 3 wives to replace her. No problem. And as trifling as some of these women is, hell, you won't even need a whole 2 or 3 wives to replace them. Hell, you can just get one man that just wipes her out the damn box. You know, because obviously if she's doing all that, she's not doing, enough for you to make you to have 2 or 3 women to even replace her in the first damn place.
All right, so let's get that scripture. 2 Samuel chapter 2, verse 2. Go ahead and read.
Got it.
2 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 2. So David went up hither, and his 2 wives also.
How many?
2 wives.
How many?
2 wives.
How many?
2 wives.
And his 2 wives also. The Bible said King David was a man after the Lord's own heart. Basically means he thought like the Lord thinks. Very military-minded man. The Bible said the Lord, you know what I'm saying? David's in the Bible. David got songs of him in the Bible. He prophesied. So he had 2 wives. Now, let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29. So now we're going to get into the combat of what the Christians will say. What the Christians, these Christian Israelite groups too. What they will say. Oh, and here's another strong point, like Ephraim Returns brought out. A lot of these black women hate other black women. So they don't want to see another black woman happy and getting the same love from the same man she's getting love from. Because she hates that other black woman. She's so jealous-hearted, so evil-minded and malintent that she want that other woman to suffer without a man while she got a man. That's another mindset of these Christian women. Alright, so go ahead and read that. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29. Say, I can, do you have it?
I have it.
Okay, you have it. All right. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 29. And by the borders of the children of Manasseh, Bethshean.
1 Corinthians chapter 7.
Chronicles.
No sweat. 1 Corinthians, yeah. No sweat.
What does I say, brethren?
1 Corinthians, yep. Chapter 7, verse 29.
Where you say principle of marriage. See, I married
Go ahead.
You got it, bro?
I'm ready.
Okay. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short.
The time is short. This is the Lord talking to us even now to this day. He's saying the time is short. What does he mean by the time is short? That means things are about to get real bad. That's what he's saying. He's saying things ain't about to be all fine and dandy anymore. Time is short when things is about to get bad. That's what's happening in America. Things are about to get bad here in America. Keep reading.
It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
They that have what?
Wives.
They that have what?
Wives.
Spell that out.
W-I-V-E-S.
Be as what?
V.
Read it again.
It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Yeah, you want to emphasize the wives.
Right.
You know.
More than one.
Go ahead, read it again.
That both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Now the Bible is saying, they that have wives, be as though you had none. Because there is a scripture in the New Testament that to the unlearned, they will think, oh, Paul is saying the man only can have one wife. There's a scripture where you can get it twisted. Where he says, a deacon must be blameless, the husband of one wife. This is what Paul is talking about when he says husband of one wife in that verse. He's saying your main focus got to be the truth. Like you ever seen about the movies where the white man say, oh, I'm married to my job. Rappers say I'm married to the game. Basically meaning saying that what their business that they're part of is the most important thing. Then you see in the movies the wife come to the white man. You're not spending time with little Timmy. You missed his basketball, his soccer game, because he's working. That's what Paul's talking about when he says, they that have wives be as though they have none. All the scriptures where Paul make it seem like one wife or no wives is talking about be as though you had none means you can't be worried about, oh, let me go take my girl out to dinner. Let me go to the movies. Or me and my woman, they ain't spend a lot of time with each other. You in this truth, you learning the Lord's ways, and you at camp and traveling and doing what the Lord said to do, you can't sit back and say, oh, I can't make it because me and my girl got a dinner plan. That's not, we in bad times. Time is short. You can't be playing games and trying to go, pussyfoot around this thing. We got to wake up the 12 tribes of Israel. We got to wake up the nation. The white man is going to fall down on us with a hammer as never before. And we sitting playing around, trying to go worried about movies and things like that. Ain't nothing wrong with going to the movies, but you can't put the work of the Lord on the back burner so you can go spend time with your woman. That's what Paul is saying. They that have wives, be like you got none. Like you can't even tell this man got 3 or 4 women because he's doing this work of the Lord. The women on the side waiting for him to come home, but he doing this work of the Lord. So when he come through, he come through. But otherwise, he's putting his foot into this business of being a priest, waking up the Lord's chosen people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The 12 tribes of Israel. Alright, so let's get Isaiah 4:1. We're going to get a couple more multiple wives scriptures. Because I know people always go to Paul's writing to try to say you only can have one woman. But no, that's not what Paul's saying. Because even there he's saying they that have wives, be like you got no wives. I mean, even if a Christian try to pull a scripture you ain't seen before, you tell them you a goddamn lie. That's not what this Bible is saying. I'm reading it throughout the whole Bible. First, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1.
Chapter 4, verse 1.
You got it?
Ready.
All right. Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And in that day, 7 women.
Whoa. How many women?
7 women.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
Shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel.
7 women going to be married to one man and say we'll eat our own food and we'll go and get our own clothes. Go ahead.
Only let us be called by thy name.
We just want a righteous man who's got a name and reputation like you. We want to be married to you. We want to be one of your wives, one of your 7 wives, because they know you got a righteous and honorable reputation in the school. So then the women going to want to be married to you. 7 of them. Now, that's the truth. That's in the Bible. 7 women going to take hold of 1 man. And that's the day we living in now, man. So many sisters in the school, and they looking for a husband. You sisters out there, man, if you looking for a husband, make it be known that you looking for a husband. You see a man you like, make it be known that you like this man, and you want to get to know him after, obviously, you did your 90 days. Well, your 90 days, get your Hebrew name, then 6 months, get you your time to shed yourself for the world. So after your 6 months, you can go and inquire about a brother, about getting to know him for another 6 months. That's the rule in the school. You get one of these sisters, they do 6 months of being in classes, shed themselves of the world, not sleeping with all type of men for 6 months. Damn, give that thing a break. Give that thing a break and everything. Stop just sleeping with 30 different men in, the last 2 years. They've been with 30 men. Oh, 30 one-night stands and whatnot. You need to clean yourself, physically and spiritually. Clean yourself and do that 6 months. Now, if you come into school and you already have a husband, that's your damn husband. Don't come into school and try to get married to a brother in the school.
Right.
And you have a man already that you living with, sleeping with.
Right.
That's your husband right there. You learn how to obey him better and be a better wife to him. That's your job. Now, if he leave you because he say, I ain't really feeling you anyway, or whatever brothers, how brothers in the world do, and they get on something new, they like forget about you, and then they like, I don't want to be with you no more, because they're not learning the righteous path for these laws, statutes, commandments, so they leave you. If that happens, call and get counsel, and see, and then from there you can find out if you can get remarried. But do your 6 months. Wives, so like the Bible says, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. So, women, that's your end of the stick. Men, you have a great end of the stick, man. Because there's so many women. So many women that's in the school, and before you know it, you'll have 7 wives, you'll be like, I don't want no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no more wives. Or you'll have 1 wife and say, I don't want no more. You have 2, say, I don't want no more. Or you'll have none and say, I just want to do the work of the Lord, like Christ and Paul, which is greater than all the rest. So, but either way it goes, we breaking down the truth of this Bible, man. Black people always talk about, we've been following this Bible, and this is a white man's book, and the Bible been this and that, teaching us lies. The Bible ain't teach you nothing. You ain't learned nothing from the Bible. What you learned was the Christian religion. That's what you learned. You didn't learn what's actually in this book. Because then when we read these scriptures, it wouldn't be a surprise to you.
Right.
You would have been like, oh, I read these. The pastor goes over these scriptures all the time.
Right.
Pastor ain't never went over these damn scriptures. That's why you caught off guard, don't even know that they in the Bible. 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. Now, let's get Jeremiah 31 and 30. No, not that one. Matthew 25 and verse 1. Because this is another thing that Christians like to say. That's only in the Old Testament. That's not the New Testament. For real? Oh, really? Now let's see what the New Testament really says. Because we'll prove to you in the New Testament as well as the Old Testament. Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. Alright?
Yes. Then shall the kingdom. I'm with you.
Say all like you have it.
All like him got it.
Yes.
Matthew chapter 25 and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
Likened unto what?
10 virgins.
10 virgins. Now, mind you, when you read in the Bible dictionary, virgin in the Bible means a woman that has not been married or is unmarried. She could have been married before, her husband died, or something happened where she's not married no more. But now she's unmarried and she's still young. That's what a virgin is in the Bible. It don't mean she never had sex. A virgin in the Bible means she's young and she's not married. For example, Mary was young and she wasn't married. And she had sex with Joseph and had Christ. That's an example. Now let's get this. Press this. Matthew 25 and 1.
Matthew chapter 25 and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
These 10 women went to go meet one man, the bridegroom, which is like a marriage. Go ahead.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
5 wise and 5 foolish. Go ahead.
They that were foolish took their lamps, and took no oil with them.
I remember this.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Say it again.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
This is another thing what we're going to go into in the second part of this class, which is these white men preparing to kill black people. We're going to go to the footage. They gathering together in the little militia groups, and you know how they try to get together with the Chucks and the Confederate flags and good old boy Danny type bullshit. That's what the white man's doing now. Now, we got to get prepared, like these wise women did, got prepared with oil. Keep going.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight, there was a cry made. Behold, the bridegroom cometh.
So then they said, hey, he's coming, he's here. Go ahead.
Go ye out to meet him. Then
So the women that were waiting around went out to meet him. Go ahead.
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
They turned on their late night lamps to go meet him. Go ahead.
And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
Go ahead, read more.
But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you.
Go ahead.
But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves.
So the foolish woman was like, let's get some of yours. Wise woman said, nah, there ain't going to be enough for all of us. We're going to go meet the bridegroom. Go ahead.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage.
They. That's the key word. They that were ready. It was 5 of them went into the marriage. So basically this warrior came back. The 5 women was there. He ain't sleep with all 5 of them at once. That's wicked as hell. That is not in the scriptures at all.
You know, and they all agreeing on that. That's what this was similar to, except this was an agreement about marriage. This is not the example that he's using. He's using the example of a man that is somewhat likened to himself in this bridegroom. Right. So if it's unlawful to have multiple wives, then why would the Lord use a scenario like this? Answer me, riddle me that question. Why would he use a scenario of 5 wives coming into the marriage chamber and that agreement being made that they were going to all be his wives?
Also, like the brother said, he said, and these sisters, you also need to put on your Facebook pages how you're married. You know what I'm saying? So there's no confusion in this world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need to put that on there as well. Brother brought out a heavy point. All right. Let's get, that's it on that.
If I will, sir.
Go ahead, keep teaching. I'm going to pull up the video that we're going to go over.
Especially in the Isupk, because this is where the light is going to shine at. Especially in the Isupk, sisters do this, because this is the candle right here that shouldn't be hidden up under something. We're the candle. If we start doing this, then everybody else will know, well, you know, they'll fall behind and be like, well, maybe we ought to put our, you know, relationship status on her also, so that brothers will know and brothers won't transgress and brothers won't be sitting there inboxing a woman or whatever the case is that got a man.
That's right.
You know, forget the marriage ring. If you with that man, you shouldn't be putting the status of single. You know what I'm saying? If you and that man is in a courtship or whatever the case is, put your status on there, so the brothers will know to, you know, leave you alone and go on elsewhere.
That's right. That's right. Now, I'm gonna pull up some footage on what this white man is doing right now. Give me 2 Thessalonians 2:16. Alright? What's going on in America? What's going on across the country? You know what I'm saying? People don't, the white man right now is making major plans. Major plans. Plans to destroy, plans to kill black people. To go and go around and they pick up trucks and pick up young black teenagers and say, it's time for you to join the Navy and join the Army, hoorah! And throw them and put a gun in their face and say, get in the damn truck, you're going overseas, it's time for you to fight for this country that did so much for you. And that's all the type of garbage they're going to be on real, they already on right now. Every time them white men, they is on a heavy recruiting to recruit black teenagers.
Right.
Go ahead.
But ain't that what they used to call, what they call Shanghai? Shanghai, and back during the time of like World War II, World War I, where a person would be in a bar or something, and they would, they would be drunk or whatever. Next thing you know, they wake up on a ship. They was automatically thrown on a ship somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Hey, young man. Well, ain't that what they call it? Then they call it Shanghai.
That's what that.
Right.
Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Right.
Once you said it and gave the description of it.
Well, let's see. Go ahead.
Yep.
That thing, just like the officer brought out, that's the thing that's going to be happening here in the future. And then,
go ahead, it's going on right now, live on YouTube. This is live video of what's going on in, what is this? Atlanta or Carolina? Look, white men out with their "Don't Tread on Me" signs, and their guns, and their little armor. White people together. Let's see what else to say about this.
That's live.
What people don't understand is this is the white man kind of like gathering his strength up together. Gathering his people up together for a common goal. Basically, we're all white together. We got to give a common goal. Support Donald Trump. Heavy recruitment. Got a black man on there. Second Amendment. I'm American type garbage. Look at me. I'm hugged with the white man. I'm his brother. You black people need to join in and fight for your rights too. You black people need to fight for your rights too, man. They trying to take all our rights, not just black people's rights. All that bullshit.
That's what I'm talking about.
A lot of people from my language.
Real Americans there. Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
No.
They love America. You've got some understanding of history. You're a Vietnam vet or a war vet, I should say, a war vet.
Heavy recruitment. It's going on live. This is one of the biggest things on the internet now. What's going on in the cities? White men gathered together, look at them all, geared up and ready to kill. Ready to go shoot somebody. He don't even know that these white people, they were ready to kill him, clear out of Black Lives Matter protesters.
Right.
That's really what they're ready to do that. They're ready for a crowd of black people to come and say, oh look, they're rioting. We need to go out there and stop this lawlessness and go out there and start shooting up all the black people.
Right.
They would love for that to happen. That's why they all geared up. The white man say, the Bible says he don't bear the sword in vain. He ain't got the guns for no reason.
Right.
He's ready to use the guns.
We can disagree. You can support whatever you want to support. But when it all comes down to it, we should support the will of the people. That's right. The will of the fucking people. That's right.
Man, this black man's simple. He said it's only a certain small amount of white people in certain positions that want to do this, and want to kill, want to be hatred, and all this crap. It's not a certain small amount. Yeah, it's not a small amount or elect few or these elites. It's a whole lot of them.
Right.
Because they want to create that diversion. It's about division. Divided, we fucking fall, man. Divided, we fall. The only way we're going to stand is to be united.
And he's so dumb. Let me shut up. Yeah, like the brother said, he's brainwashed.
Edomites came up to him and said, well, your people fell in slavery. Oh, man, that would be right on time with it.
Look at them already. Them all skinhead Nazi type same type people. They run the same circles. Skinhead Nazi, cop, neo-Nazi believing guys that got skulls and crossbones and think black people out of order should pull up their pants. All of that. Ready to kill young black teenagers. All of that. They don't give a damn about black people. And like that black man right there, like this brother said, he's brainwashed. He's sitting there saying, this is the will of the people. We got to all unite. We got to all unite. Do you even know the history? You can't never unite with the white man. He never united with you.
Right.
The white man never united with us. So what do you mean we got to unite? This is unite. It's total garbage, man. Total brainwashed nonsense that has no truth to it. Like, when did we unite? Doing Jim Crow laws? When white men put crack in our neighborhoods? That was our uniting with them? Hey brother, if you could have a seat, you know what I mean? So it's just security protocols. Just we can check this stuff out after class.
Sure.
So yeah, should be another video. Give me that scripture. Read that scripture. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 16.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 16. Now our Lord Jesus Christ himself and God, even our Father, which hath loved us and hath given us everlasting consolation.
God our Father, which is the Lord in heaven. He created heaven and earth. Go ahead.
And good hope through grace.
Keep reading.
Comfort your hearts.
Go ahead.
And establish you in every good word and work.
Established in every good word. That means this Bible is the good words. The Lord Christ said there ain't no good but the Father. What's the good words? The good words is in this Bible. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt love thy brother. Thou shalt not eat pork. Do not eat no unclean thing. Don't eat the swine. Don't eat crab. Don't eat pork. Don't eat lobster. Don't serve other gods. That's wood and stone, like the Christian church and the Muslim mosque. Don't serve other gods. Those are good words. Go ahead and read more.
Finally, brethren, pray for us, that the word of the Lord may have free course and be glorified even as it is with you.
Pray for the school at Isupk, man. So this word of the Lord can be glorified and brought to the four corners of the earth. Read on.
And that we may be delivered from the unreasonable and wicked men.
Be delivered from the white man. What people don't understand is, when the Israelites, us, were in Egypt, we were in the same predicament we in now. We basically in Egypt all over again. We were in this position before. Servitude. Serving another nation. We were serving the Egyptians. We were serving the Egyptians. And then what did the Lord do? He killed the Egyptians and brought us out of Egypt and brought us into our own land, into Jerusalem. We got to get back to Jerusalem, man. The Bible says Jerusalem is the mother of us all. Not no goddamn Africa. Africa ain't the motherland. Jerusalem is the motherland. That's our city. We got to get back there. Black people, that's our homeland. Black people always talk about we need to go back to Africa. Go back to Africa. Goddamn Africa. Africa ain't where we started from.
Right.
We was in Africa for a time, but when you read the history books like the Babylon of Timbuktu, we were in Jerusalem. When you read the Bible, we were in Jerusalem. We weren't in Africa except to run from the Romans when Jerusalem got overrun and got destroyed. Jerusalem is our homeland. We got to get back to there. We got to get back to Israel. That's our land. And we ain't talking about taking no plane ticket over there and go on the tourist attraction and go see the lies. This is where Christ prayed on a rock. Everybody touching the damn rock. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. No archaeological proof of nothing. This is where Muhammad beamed up into the sky. Everybody circling around some rock. Or this is where some little square of land. This is where Muhammad beamed up in the sky.
Right.
All these damn lies are tourists. They turned our homeland into a tourist attraction.
Right.
That's our homeland. People always say, where black people come from? Where black people come from? We're our homeland. Jerusalem is our homeland. Israel, the land of Israel is our homeland. Why do you think all the nations is fighting over it? They wouldn't be fighting over it if the ones that were originally there was always there. Why would they fight for it when they know nobody fighting over China?
Right.
The Chinese is still goddamn in China. Ain't nobody fighting over Africa. The damn Africans are still there. Ain't nobody fighting over Australia. The Australians are still there. The white man there as well. But everybody's fighting over Jerusalem. Why? Because the Israelites ain't still there. Everybody fighting in Israel because the Israelites are not there. That's like if all the Chinese people left out of China and just was scattered across the world. Yeah, Russia would be fighting for China. India would be moving up into China. Arabs would be going into China. It'd be wars all around in China because they fighting for that land that's just newly opened up. That's what you see in Israel.
Right.
That's what you see in Jerusalem. All these other nations fighting for some land that the original people left. So they're like, oh, some free land that opened up. We need to move in.
Right.
That's what you see over there now. Some white people moved in. Arabs moved in. Syrians moved in. Ethiopians even moved in.
Right.
They even lied and got in there. Go ahead.
But what makes it so bad is the nations are so foolish that they can't even see that the Lord is tricking them, fooling them into going down there, while at the same time using them to carry out judgment upon each other. That's why so many people is dying over there. Mm-hmm. You know, the Lord's using the hand of the Amalekites to go against everybody, but at the same time, the Lord is also hitting them with the skin cancer, that melanoma. He's hitting them real tough with that. Now remember, when you go into Revelations, when it talks about blisters upon the skin of those who accepted the mark of the beast. Remember that scripture right there? Now we start to see what's going on. The Lord is using his land as that cup, that's he's making all the nations drink because they're stumbling over his land and fighting over land that's not theirs. Just like the scripture saying, I think it's in Habakkuk, woe unto him that increases that which is not his. And all these nations that are increasing that which is not theirs, the Lord is causing them to drink of the cup.
That's right. Cup of that wrath of the wine of the fornication, man.
Right.
That's all. Everybody who was complicit and joined together in destroying black people. You think Arabs don't see how black people is destroyed in the ghettos? They love ghettos. Why? Because they got Arab chicken joints in the ghettos, extracting millions upon millions of dollars from black communities into Arab communities.
Right.
You got Koreans. They got the Korean shops, hair salons, hair, nails, and all that. They're extracting millions of dollars from the black community into the Korean community. They love that we destroy it. They don't want black businesses to flourish. They don't want black people to wake up and say, we need to come together. Mexicans is our brothers. We need to join with Mexicans. We need to join with Native Americans. We need the 12 tribes need to unite. They don't want that.
Right.
Because then all the Chinese food shops, what's they going to do? They extracted millions of dollars and going straight to China with it. From black people's communities. They don't want that to stop. That's a money train. That's a money train right there. That's a flow, a constant, unstopping flow of money from black communities into the Chinese communities. And the Chinese communities don't have to pay it back.
Right. Chinese
people ain't buying stuff from black people. They just taking all that excess money. That's like $100 coming to your mailbox every day. You ain't trying to stop that.
Right.
You be like, hey, keep it going. Do whatever it takes to keep this $100 coming every day. So the Chinese, the Arabs, the Koreans, the Africans, they're all complicit with black people not waking up and black people being destroyed.
Right.
Because long as we don't know who we are, long as we're not following the Bible, the real Bible that's taught by the Isupk, how it's supposed to be taught, long as we're not doing that, they're going to continue to shop at our businesses and we'll keep this cash cow going.
Right.
But as soon as black people start saying, well, we're Israelites. The Bible says Israelites are supposed to stick together. The Bible says the Mexicans are supposed to stick together with blacks. The Bible says Native Americans and black people are the same family. They're part of the 12 tribes, and the 12 tribes got to unite. As soon as we start saying and thinking that, less and less people are going to walk in that Chinese food door.
Right.
Less and less people are going to go get their hair destroyed and permed up and fried and processed.
Right.
Less women are going to walk in there and get that weave and ragtail. India. Oh, India too. India's sleeping in there too. We're almost the majority, if not 90% of that hair in these Korean Chinese food shops come from people in India. They even grew a religion around women coming in and shaving their head bald and donating the hair to the religion. The religion takes the money, takes the hair, puts it in boils of salt and wine and nasty boil of hair, take it out, comb it up, process it into a package, and then sell it to America. And in India, people in India are making millions of dollars from the black women who don't wear their own hair. Their own hair is destroyed, so they got to go and buy this fake hair. When black people start waking up, what's the first thing women do when they start finding out, they start trying to become conscious. They start trying to be about their blackness. They start wearing their natural hair.
Right.
That's going to destroy that whole business
that
the people in India have set up. That's going to destroy the Koreans' business that the people in Korea have set up. Go ahead.
And if I will, sir. At the same time, too, us brothers, we got to stand as vanguard over their minds when they're getting this natural hair. You know what I'm saying? When they're rocking their own natural hair, because a lot of them will go right from rocking the natural hair and then go back to permanent again, saying they want to change it up and all that. Or they'll start by having a nice fro and they'll put a little dye in. And then that dye leads them, next thing you know, she back to where she was at before. We can't allow that stuff to happen. We have to show some level of disdain for the weaves and stuff like that. We do, because one thing, the stuff stinks. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. You know what I'm saying? Weave stinks. I don't know if sisters can smell it or whatever the hell the case is. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff doesn't smell good, and it smells like what I heard that a lot of that hair come from. You know what I'm saying? I done sat there and done seen a sister with weave, right? And she, had the glue and everything, in the bathroom. But it's funny, because I realized something. I started to see little maggots. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I never saw, in a place that ain't even got roaches or anything like that, or mice or any of that, I'm seeing maggots. I'm seeing a maggot here and there. I'm thinking, where the hell is this coming from? You know what I'm saying? Until I sat there and got on the YouTube, and then I seen where you had sisters that had these lace fronts and weaves and all that. They getting a lot of these weaves and stuff coming from dead bodies. That's why the stuff have maggots on it. They digging people up with her, like down in South America, it's big business down there too. You got cartels that's switching over from dope to weave. You know what I'm saying? And they sitting there and getting that hair, and they're not cleaning the stuff properly for one thing. You know what I'm saying? But even if they are cleaning it properly, there's still a curse on it. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, that's where I was finding that. That's where the maggots was coming from. The maggots was coming from that hair.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Let's get Deuteronomy 7:6. All right. We're going to cap it all off, Let me play a little bit of this live video of what's going on across the country.
Thank you very much to Mavros99. I hope I said that right. Thank you very much for help as much as we possibly could here, the supporters in the States. We try to help the Frenchies over there and try to save their country, but they screwed it up. It is what it is, Now Macron is going to have to fall in line with Trump. So Macron better grow some balls and learn how to do a firm handshake. If not, President Trump is going to break his girly hands. So it is what it is, folks. President Trump, I think he called Macron today just to congratulate him, but he has to grow some balls first before he meets him.
Now, this is the White people always do that. Like they got two sides to themselves. Like the side that wants to be kind, and then the side that wants to kill and murder. And then they always try to play those two sides. When in all actuality, they just revert to murdering, and they're trying to be nice to the people that they murder. That's all. They kill you in slavery, and then there's another white guy who's like, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna help you. Okay? But then you got a whole country that's putting you in slavery. And you got a couple white guys that's like, I'll help you get you escape from slavery. They are devils, man. They are devils. We gotta get rid of all of them. You can't just be like, oh, these are some nice ones outside of the devil. Let's just not side with none of them and build ourselves up. That's what God is saying. We're gonna read it in Deuteronomy 7:6. Go ahead.
It's the ancient yin and yang scenario. Is what it is.
Yeah, look, it's the good cop, bad cop. That's all it is.
Right.
White man playing good cop, bad cop, but he does it on a level that his whole people buy into it.
Right.
His whole people do it. The whole people, the whole white race does the good cop, bad cop scenario.
Right.
The whole white race does good cop, bad cop. You got some half of the white people, oh, we're good, we're nice, peace and love. And then the other side is, oh, we'll kill you, we'll murder you. This is our country. Get out of our land.
Right.
Then they all coexist together though.
Right.
Then they're good cop, bad cop. So what you do is, you know you don't want to deal with the bad cop, so you'll confess to the good cop.
Right.
That's what they do. That's how it works.
Right.
They get you in the interrogation room with the bad cop. We gonna get you 200 years. You did the damn crime. He smacks you, and I'm going wild. Then the other cop's like, calm down, man, calm down.
Right.
Takes him out the room, and like, man, you know. And then he comes to you, gives you a donut or a cigarette or something, and then says, you know, my partner, you know, he thinks you did it, man, but I think you was just, I don't think it was all you. I think you need to tell me what really happened, man. What went on so I can help you. And then you like, see, now you see this guy, you're like, well, maybe he's a good guy. Maybe I should tell him what's going on, and he'll help me. And then you tell him what's going on. Next thing you know, they put the crime on you anyway.
Right.
Even though you never did it. You know, that's how it works. That's how the white man works. That's how he operates.
Right.
He's the devil, the most subtle beast in the field. That's what the Bible calls him. Go ahead.
Well, sir. And also, on an even larger scale of how they do this, like say, you know, they want certain resources. Africa has whatever resource. Well, they'll pay off an African militia group to go in there inside that village, that place, kill and rape, and cause all type of, you know, dismantlements there. And then, you know who will come out in after that? Our Lady of Peace, the good Catholic Church, will come in and feed the people, bind up their wounds, you know, give them certain things, give the kids toys, stuff like that. So now you sit there looking at this evil militia that just attacked you, but then you see this nice angels come through.
And these nice white people.
Right.
And not knowing the whole time that the white people were the cause of these people that came and did all the killing and murder.
They the ones that paid them.
That's the same thing they did in South America, in Panama, and with the drug scandal in California, where they found out how the white man was bringing in the dope into Compton, in California, and into the States, with Rick Ross and whatnot. Ricky Ross.
Yeah, right.
Ricky Ross and whatnot, and the Iran Contra scandal in Colombia, and Noriega, all that's together, where the white man bringing in these murderers that sell drugs and bring the drugs and guns, and then they come in behind them. Oh, we the Catholic Pope, we're the Catholic priest, we here to help, and then they subvert the minds of the people.
Right.
That's the same thing they do in the ghettos, man. They put some church, and then they got the police riding around, beating the hell out of you, taking you, make sure you don't get no car, harassing you, and then next door is a church with white people. So now you got the police riding around, then you got the white people in the church. That's all nice and kind.
Right.
So then it's like, oh man, these white people ain't all that. Look at these nice, kind ones. Yes. It just lull you to sleep. So then when you get out there, the cop, you not all angry, beefed up, and mad, and ready to say, man, I ain't gonna get out of my face, cop. I ain't gonna break no laws because I ain't gonna support your business of breaking up, putting people in jail. That's the cop's business, put people in jail.
Right.
So if we breaking laws, that helps his business. So he's like, I ain't gonna break no laws because I ain't gonna help your business. Instead of in that mindset, we're like, oh man, the Christian church of love and kindness and peace and the Holy Grail. Like this white people are so kind, they gave some bread. not knowing that you got a whole other set of white people that's riding around, making sure there's no jobs, no warehouses in your black communities, no readily available jobs,
Right.
making sure you got felonies, cops making sure everybody got a felony so they don't get no good job.
Right.
Then you got, so it's the same good cop, bad cop scenario
Right.
that white people do all the damn time. That's why you can't trust none of them. Like I always bring that scenario where they say, well, there's some good white people. Let's say you got a situation where you and your people are together. You like, well, this is a good white guy. Let's let him in. We kind of like dug out and helping ourselves. He's a good white guy. How can you tell he's good? Because he's being nice and kind. But then, when he gets a chance, he goes and warns the other white people. Yeah, they doing this and this and that, this and that, this and that. Then the other white people know everything that's going on because you got this kind, nice white guy that seems so kind and nice, helping everybody, giving food and reading scriptures and kind. And then next thing you know, here come the 20, devils that come knock down your door and tear up everything because the one white nice guy that he was nice to you, but it was all a front.
Right.
And he kept the front up for 10 years.
Right.
Or that's how he really is.
Right.
But he thinks he's doing a good thing by alerting the rest of the white people.
Right.
Alerting the authorities. That's what he likes to say.
Well, sir.
Go ahead.
They even do this in the political realm because that's how you get your Democrats and your Republicans. They paint a bad picture on the Republicans. They paint the Republicans as being racist and such, and yeah, which is true, yeah, no doubt. But then they look at the lesser of the two evils, like the Democratic Party is less evil than the Republican Party. They're just two different kinds of evils. That's just all it is. You know what I'm saying? The Republican, they like, like with Trump, they like, yeah, we're about getting rid of immigration. We're about such and such. And then, while the Democratic Party is more subtle, that's why black people will always flood to the Democratic Party, to our own damn demise. You see what I'm saying? That's that same yin and yang. They do this in everything. On your job, they do it. You have a white dude that seems cool on your job, but he's not separate from the asshole on your job. He's not separate from him for real, even though he might not even like him for real. But they all understand something. They're playing on the same team. Just like, any championship team has people on that team that don't really like each other. Shaq and Kobe, when they were both playing for the Lakers together, couldn't stand each other. Mm-hmm. But guess what? They got championship rings together, didn't they?
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? The white man understands that his race is all playing on the same damn team, regardless of their individual bias towards one another.
Mm-hmm. That's how it always works, man. Let's get Deuteronomy 7 and 6 to end the class out.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
The God that created heaven and earth says we're a holy people. Black people, you're special. You are this holy people on the earth, which means you're separate, you're different. Out of all the races on the earth, black people, Hispanic people, Native American people are different. Black man, you are special. You are holy. You are separate from these other nations. You are not to join these other people and try to be like these other people. We can't be homosexual like the white man. We can't try to be a slickster like the white man wearing a suit and tie. That's not us. We have to be us. We have to be us as a people. We got to be ourselves. Don't ever try to be tricked into trying to be like the white man. That's not your place. If God wanted you to be like a white man, guess what? You'll be a motherfucking white man. Salakia. Excuse my language. You'll be a goddamn white man then. But you ain't no goddamn white man. Obviously, God ain't want you to be no goddamn white man. So why are you trying to be a white man?
Right.
Why don't you be a black man? Why don't you be an Israelite like you're supposed to be? Trying to be a damn Muslim. You ain't no damn Arab. You ain't Muhammad. Muhammad wasn't black. They try to make Arab and Islam like it's a black man's religion.
Right.
Muhammad was Arab. You ain't no damn Arab. You a black man. What the hell are you doing trying to be like a Muslim? Be like an Arab. You a black man. Why are you trying to be like a Christian?
Right.
You need to be what you're born. Before you chose that stupid religion, you was born what you were born. God made that decision for you, which is decision you can make. The decision God made is that you to be your race. So you have to love your race, man. That's what the Bible's saying. You're a holy people. Read rest of Deuteronomy 7:6.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Be a special people, like I just said. Go ahead.
Above.
What?
Above.
What?
Above.
Go ahead.
All people.
Above all people. What does that mean? That means God knows there's different races and different sets of people, man. He knows it's different sects of people. He wants you to be above all people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are the Israelites. God wants you to be above all people. He don't want you to be like the other people. He don't want you to be a Christian like the white man. He don't want you to be a Muslim like the Arab man. He wants you to be an Israelite like a black man. You know, that's what we really are. That's who we are. People, that's the biggest question that all of Satan, all of society. Who are these black people? Where did they come from? Yeah, Africa, but what else? What else? What's our history? Where's our books? Where's our records? Was we swinging on vines and trees? As intelligent as we are, we was swinging on vines and trees? You think Jay-Z was swinging on vines and trees? You think Will Smith was swinging on vines and trees? Yeah, that African guy, it seems like he'll be doing that because he ain't no smarter than nothing. But as great and creative as we are, Denzel Washington, he was swinging on vines and trees.
Right.
As smart as he is to play all them roles. All these black astronauts, all these black scientists and creators and inventors, we were swinging on vines and trees. Give me a break. We were in Jerusalem, man, building the walls and the temples, man, in our city. We had a holy city. Everybody want to be like us. Everybody want to take what we got. We had an Isupk. Sorry, 1 West 125th Street. We're going to end the class on that note. Officer Tarap is going to read the announcements, and this is the truth. We are not no white man. We're not Arab man.
That's right.
We are Israelites. Go ahead and read that.
We are the Isupk, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21. Malachi chapter 3 verse 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Announce holy convocation from sheep. Remind Akim and Aquaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarf.